A communication of a different type was received from the spirit of a young man, son of one of the members of our circle. The young man had passed over 2 months before, but having been unbiased and open-minded, was readily enlightened by his spirit friends. In his short visit to our circle, he gave an interesting description of conditions as he observed them in both the earth sphere and the spirit world. Experience April 14th, 1920. Spirit YW, Psychic Mrs. Wicklin. Spirit, well, Dad, I'm here again. The spirit friends gave me the privilege of coming and talking first. Dad, it's queer that I should go so quickly, but my time had come. I'm glad the door is not shut for me. I've seen many heartbroken spirits who go to their relatives and friends and the door is closed in their faces, through skepticism and unconsciousness of the presence of spirits. It's hard for them. I have much to be thankful for because Grandpa B and Uncle C stood right beside me when I woke up from the sleep of death. It was queer. It was like an electric shock going through my body. Life is queer. If each one of you could see the experiences gone through by those who'd gone into the sleep of death. Dad, I had a little knowledge of the next life, not much, but a little, and it helped. I could realize that the change of death had taken place. I recognized my relatives and friends. Uncle F says I should tell you that I was much better off than he was when he passed to the other side, and that now his work is to help the unfortunate ones who do not understand the real life. Dad, wasn't it queer that I should wake up to the new birth of life on my earthly birthday? Now I have my spiritual birthday on the same day as my earthly birthday. Dad, it's glorious. Tell E so and B and Mother. Tell all of them that the door is not. Tell all of them that I am happy in the thought that I can come to them and that the door is not closed to me. Tell my little son that I am not dead, that I am not in the grave, but am with him, and I will learn the laws governing so that I can guide him through life. Let him have an understanding that I am there with him and that I have more strength and power to help him than before. Thank God that I also have had understanding so that I did not come too close to my dear wife. Otherwise, I would have gotten into her magnetic aura and might have caused trouble. My dear little wife, I'm so glad that I did not make trouble for us both. I have seen much of the work done among those who have passed out and do not realize it. They go home to their relatives and friends and want to stay there rather than go on. Dad, I'm so glad you could come here again, and I'm so glad that there is no wall between us. Mr. Y, Father of the Spirit, I am glad too, that I had an opportunity of being here again. Spirit, I feel now there is no parting. It is only that I have gone to another country, but I am with you all. I am with you when you are all together and talk about me. I do not feel that I have gone. Tell Mother and my dear little wife not to mourn for me, but to feel glad that I can be with them. It was very hard that we should have to part when everything looked so bright for us in our little home, but it was my time to go. And when our time comes to go from this earth life, we have to go. We do not go away as people think we do. We are here with our loved ones. Only our bodies are not visible. I wish you could see how Uncle F works in the dark earth sphere to help and to serve the unfortunate ones there, to prevent them from obsessing anyone. He is so anxious to have everybody know the real truth on the other side, and it is a pity that so much dogma and creed are the stumbling blocks. The little time I have been gone, I have learned so much. I thank you, Dad, that you and Mother did not force any strong dogma or religion or creed upon my mind. I was free. Thank you for it. Mr. Y, it's pretty hard sometimes to know exactly what to do regarding religion and bringing up children. Spirit, I wish all could have been as free as I was, then there would not be so much sorrow and doubt. Dad, I'm so glad I can come to you again. The other day, Uncle F, Uncle C, and I went to the Earth sphere, not to our home, but to the condition that exists on the lower plane. That is more of a hell than anybody can describe. It's worse than an insane asylum, where one is crazy in one way, and another in another way. You can't imagine what a hell it is. One has one creed, one another, and they are all in the dark. They are all hypnotized in their creeds and beliefs. You cannot get any sense, whatever, into them. You have to put some object lesson before them to attract their attention. At times, music will make them realize their condition. If you can attract their attention, you can sometimes reach the real spirit, but dogmas and creeds are so planted in their minds that they cannot see anything. If you want to realize in part what the condition of Earth's sphere is, go to the worst ward in an insane asylum, and you can then have some realization of the condition on the invisible side when they have no knowledge of the next life. Imagine a spirit of that character coming in contact with a person's magnetic aura and acting through them, as is often the case. They call that person insane and send him to the insane asylum, where there are a lot of other lunatics, both of earth and the spirit side of life. It is terrible to know that such a condition exists and that selfish creeds and dogmas are the cause of it all. I have to thank you and Mother again for not forcing any dogma on me. What little knowledge I had was the real truth of life. Uncle C took me, at another time, to different conditions. He said, "Come, we will go," and we went to some place in spirit life. We came to a place which I cannot describe. I can't describe my feelings. I can't describe the conditions, because the music was so sublime, so different from anything I've ever heard. I felt so light. I felt I was lifted up. Such people as were there, I cannot describe them. Imagine, if you can, a place where there's the most beautiful music, where there is grand orchestra of masters, all playing in one grand unit of music. Can you imagine what it would be? I enjoyed it, but oh, I could not realize the full import, because I wanted you and my dear little wife to hear it. I could not enjoy it alone. I wanted to open the door to you at home, to you all at home, so that you could all listen to it. Then I should have felt satisfied. I thought, and an old gentleman came up to me and patted me on the shoulder and said, "Young man, I receive your thought. Do not worry. Soon the time will come for which we are all working, when an instrument will be invented on earth, through which all who wish can hear the grand masters in the spirit world. Not yet, but in time. Dad, my work is to learn to help others less fortunate than myself, and also to learn to be a help and not a detriment to my dear wife and little boy, and to you all. I am learning my lessons, and after knowing them I will come to you. Don't think I am not with you all, but think I am there, for I am, and in that way I can be much closer, especially when you have music, because music brings us much closer to those we love. Goodbye, and tell my dear wife I send her best love." With exquisite grace and courteous inquiry came the spirit of one, formerly a famous actress, whose friend had tried in vain to waken her from the sleep of death. Experience, July 7th, 1922. Spirit, Lillian R. Psychic, Mrs. Wicklin. Doctor, good evening, friend. Where have you come from? Spirit, somebody told me to come here, but I do not know what I should do. My condition is so strange that I cannot understand it. I do not realize where I am. Doctor, you are in Los Angeles, California. Spirit, no. There are many here who wanted me to come, but I cannot understand why. I do not know any of you here. Doctor, you were brought here to be helped. Spirit, I do not know that I need any help. Things look so confusing to me. Doctor, that is because you do not understand your condition. Where do you think you should be? Spirit, where my home is. Doctor, what state did you live in? Spirit, of course, most of the time I was in New York, but at times I was in London and other places. Doctor, cannot you see anyone you know, or the one who brought you here? Spirit, oh, disturbed greatly by pain in limb. Doctor, were you in some accident? Were you traveling? What is the last thing you remember? Spirit, I was very sick. I had such pain. Doctor, probably that was your last illness. Did you become well suddenly? Spirit, no, it seems to me that I have been sleeping, and in some way or another I am just waking up. Everything looks so queer. Doctor, do you not understand your condition? You do not need to have that pain. If you say I will not have that pain, it will disappear. Will you do that? Spirit, yes, but it seems very hard to say. You are a Christian Scientist, are you not? I looked into Christian Science, but I certainly could not say my pains were imagination. Doctor, you are in a different condition now. Do you ever see any of your friends around you? Spirit, yes, I sometimes see many of my particular friends that have gone before, and then I think to myself, I've gone crazy. My friends are around me, and someone says, "Wake up," but I cannot see. I do not want to see them. Doctor, that is because you do not want to understand. Were you afraid of them when they were living? Spirit, no, I was not. Doctor, then why should you be afraid of them when they have lost their mortal bodies? Spirit, I am afraid and very nervous, and I do not want them to come near me. Why don't my lovely friends come? Doctor, to your earthly friends, you are dead, but to your spirit friends, you are not dead. Spirit, I was sick, but I cannot remember that I died. I went to sleep, but I cannot remember that I failed to wake up. Several of my friends just came and called me to go with them. Doctor, do you know why they told you to wake up? To your spirit friends, you are only sleeping. Spirit, why do they call me? Doctor, to help you and make you understand. Spirit, I do not know you. Doctor, I am Dr. Wickland. Who brought you here? Spirit, Anna H., an actress well known to the spirit during Earth life, told me to come. Doctor, she spoke to us once as you are doing now. Spirit, she came to me, but I knew she was dead and gone. Doctor, she is not dead. We do not see you, we only hear you talk. You do not see me, you only see my body. Mind is invisible. There is no death. Spirit, so many people have come to me and want me to wake up and start in my work again. Doctor, if you do not mind telling us, we should like to know who you are. Spirit, you don't know me? I was an actress. I was known as Lillian R. I'm not dead. William Stead came to see me, and also the late King Edward. I was his favorite actress. I cannot understand why I came here. They say I was brought here for you to awaken me. Doctor, we are interested in life's problems, and in the question, what becomes of the dead? Spirit, I studied some, but only understood slightly the phenomena. I studied, but at the same time my life was so busy, so much taken up with others, and I was also trying to live the best I knew how. I am very tired and sleepy. Doctor, what was the nature of your sickness? Spirit, they told me so many different things until at last I do not know what it was. I had such dreadful pains down this way, from the knee down. I was unconscious for a time. I cannot remember things very clearly. In some way I seem to have lost my memory. I cannot recollect anything of the past. I feel different, as if I had nothing to look forward to in the future. I am not unhappy, but at the same time I am not happy. Doctor, we will explain matters to you. You do not need to worry. Spirit, my friends came, and I would not have anything to do with them. They said, come along, but I said, no, I am not ready yet. I do not want to go. Doctor, you had already gone, but did not understand it. Your friends came to help you, but you did not understand it. Do you know where you are now? This is my wife's body you are using. She is sleeping. You are not talking through your own body. Spirit, noticing another invisible, formerly a friend. John J.A. is here. Doctor, this lady is a psychic. She is my wife and allows spirits to control her so that she can make them understand their condition. Mr. John J.A., Mr. Stead, and Anna H. could not make you understand. Spirit, I was afraid of them. Doctor, this is a clearinghouse for just such conditions as yours. You are a spirit and are controlling a mortal body. We, on the mortal side, can talk to you because we are in our mortal bodies. You have lost your physical body, but have a spiritual body. When you passed away, you only went to sleep, and you are just now waking up. You awaken and find yourself in this twilight. Spirit, someone seemed to give me an electrical shock, and I seemed to come to life, but still I am dazed. It was a room full of faces, people whom I've known in life, but who've passed on. They have been around me trying to talk to me, but I would not listen. Doctor, that was your mistake. Spirit, does the spirit still live? Doctor, certainly it does. We are mortals, but these others whom you see are spirits. Spirit, they are just as real as you are. Doctor, they are more real than we are because they are free, and we are in a dream state. Spirit, I feel that my being well is just a dream, and that I will wake up in pain. Doctor, when you leave here, you will go with the others. Spirit, do you mean I can go with them? Doctor, as soon as you cease to resist them. Spirit, here comes one, then another, and they say they want me. Doctor, don't you remember that Longfellow said, life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust thou returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Spirit, what beautiful things I see. Are they not beautiful? This is not a dream. Doctor, they are showing you some of the things on the spirit side of life. Spirit, just look at those beautiful homes on that hillside. Look at those lovely walks, beautiful lakes and hills, lovely flowers that bloom everywhere. Isn't it beautiful? Can I go there? Doctor, there is nothing to hinder you except your own unwillingness and resistance. Spirit, I was an actress in life. Still in my heart, I believed in a God. You know the church always looks down on actresses. I always liked to give the world the best there was in me. I wanted to show what we can do to help amuse people. Doctor, you can do the same thing now in your new life. Spirit, in a way, many would say that I was not a Christian. In my own way, I believed in being good and doing good for others. That was my belief. At times I went to church, but at times I did not feel at home in that atmosphere. I always tried to do my best. Doctor, the reason you did not feel at home in church was because the Spirit of truth was not there. Spirit, look at the lights. Are they not beautiful? They are singing and vibrating into different shades and tunes. The colorings are wonderful. I will try to do there what I could not do here. I should many times have liked to give the world more than good and happy thoughts. I knew at times that life must have a greater purpose than is generally realized. I was true to myself in my own heart. Such beautiful things I can see. Is that heaven? Doctor, yes, but not the Christian heaven, not the heaven of salvation, but the spirit world surrounding the earth world. Jesus taught the existence of spirits in a spirit world, and Paul says, there is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. First that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. Spirit, Anna H. says she is different now from what she was when I knew her. She says I do not know her now. She is serving and helping the unfortunate ones. She says she wanted to do what she could to wake me up. May I ask what you are doing here? Doctor, this is an institution for research and the obtaining of knowledge concerning what becomes of the dead. This is also a spiritual clearinghouse. This lady you are controlling is my wife. She is a psychic intermediary, and you are allowed to use her body and brain to convince you of your present condition. You are using a body not your own. Raising Mrs. Wickland's hand. This is not your hand. Spirit, no, it is not. It is queer. Doctor, the queer part is the human ignorance on these points. Spirit, the Church does not teach these things. Doctor, the Church limits itself to faith alone and does not desire to add the required knowledge regarding the natural continuation of the spirit after death. The Bible says that to our faith we must add knowledge, and Jesus taught, know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. If you had understood these truths, you would have accepted the spirit friends who came to you when you awakened. Spirit, it is all so beautiful that I should like to go with them. They say that when I'm stronger, I shall finish my work over there. How will they take care of me? I am very weak. Doctor, you will not be so weak when you leave this body. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You will be received with love and taken to a beautiful home. You will be so overjoyed with your new condition that you will not have time to be weak. Spirit, will I not go into a sleep again? Doctor, when you were sick and in great pain, you were probably given opiates, and they may have had a stupefying effect. Spirit, thank you. Now they are calling me, and I feel that I want to go. I feel such gratitude to you for helping me and for being the means of my understanding, and also for helping me to reach my friends so that I may know how to go to them instead of shutting the door against them and leaving myself in the dark. I thank you all that I had the opportunity of being awakened to such a beautiful condition as I now see. I was only in the darkness of my own consciousness. They call me and keep on calling me, and they all say they are glad to invite me to their home in the spirit world. There is one thing they want me to say, but I do not know whether I'm strong enough. One gentleman says, I was King Edward in life, but I am an ordinary person now. I want to wake you up because I have been awakened from the life I led. My mother was a queen, but she is a queen no longer. She has to serve others more than she did when she was on earth. My mother knew of spirit phenomena, and she also knew of spirit return, but she did not know what her duty was, and she was waited on all her life. She was never allowed to do anything, or have any real responsibility. She serves here and there. Now I have to serve and help until I understand the real life. This gentleman says that is the message he wished to send. He came to say this because you probably thought he was still a king. He is here only as a man. He wants to help you as the others are doing. He is not of noble or royal blood any more. All my friends have come to shake hands, and they all seem to be one family. I want to say good night, but how will I go? Doctor, thought is the solver of nature's problems. Think of your friends over there, and you will be with them. You will have to fix your mind from here to there. Think I am actually there. Spirit, I certainly want to thank you for the opportunity of coming here and for awakening me so that I can be with my friends over there. The organism of every human being generates a nervous force and magnetism which surrounds him with an atmosphere of vital emanations and psychic light known as the magnetic aura. This aura is visible as a light to earthbound spirits in their condition of darkness, and they may become attracted to persons particularly susceptible to their encroachment. Such spirits are often unable to leave the psychic atmosphere, and in the resulting state of confusional psychosis, although struggling for freedom, they find themselves living the life of the psychic with him, resenting his presence, and bewildered by a sense of dual personality. After a number of spirits had been taken from a patient who was very unmanageable at first, we had the following experience, which clearly shows the suffering that spirits may endure when enmeshed in the aura of a mortal. Experience, January 23rd, 1918. Spirit, Emily Julia Steve. Patient, Mrs. L.W. Doctor, tell us who you are. We are interested in all spirits who are in darkness. Tell us how long you've been dead. Spirit, I guess something happened to me. Doctor, do you realize that you have passed out of your own body? Spirit, I don't want my hands held. I'm a lady of means, an expression often used by the patient. I want to be shown the courtesies and respect due a lady. Doctor, did they call you Mrs. or Miss? Spirit, I am a lady of means, and I am not used to this kind of questioning.